Has it taken effect?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you try eating?
Like everything.
Like everything. Okay.
It's really sweet. Like that goat cheese is just.
It's like a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow.
I like goat cheese, but it's just like totally different taste.
Dipped everything in sugar.
I'm Franz Aliquo, also known as Supreme Commander, organizer of the flavor-tripping miracle fruit parties. Yes. The flavor-tripping parties are, tasting events, not like a stuffy, kind of suit and tie tasting event, but something a lot more open and, kind of fun for people. The miracle fruit ones center around the miracle berry, which is a small cranberry-esque West African berry who has the magic effects of being able to mask all sour tastes for the period of about a half hour to an hour after it's been eaten. Like kind of like Jonestown, y'all can line up and I'll give you People come out, I give them fruits. We have a huge spread of various foods that I have experimented with and have found that are quite delicious when eating miracle fruits. I like to, suggest that people start with lemons for the simple reason that lemon is something that everybody has a kind of taste memory of.
The lemon was definitely just very candy-like. I could just sit there and pop them into my mouth all day.
It's like tasting a lemon again for the first time, except it doesn't taste like what you think a lemon would taste like.
They were just so altered in terms of their taste.
Same thing with a Guinness, for example. You drink a Guinness, you expect a particular flavor. However, after eating miracle fruit, you're going to get something completely different. Still delicious, but not what you expect at all.
Almost like chocolate. It's going to become chocolate.
I'm also a huge fan of goat cheese because, once again, it's you have a kind of, what it's supposed to taste like, and goat cheese ends up usually, to most people, tasting a lot like frosting. So I think what miracle fruit really does is it pulls to the front some of the kind of the undertastes and pushes down like the main tastes for sour foods. Just yesterday I had blueberry ale. Usually when you're drinking blueberry ale, like it tastes like beer and it has a mild blueberry flavor to it. On the miracle fruit, on the other hand, it will taste like a blueberry muffin and have an undercurrent of beer flavor. And that's, I think, the magic of the miracle fruit, or the miracle of the miracle fruit, if you will. So apparently, like with acid reflux and just kind of stomach acid, like when you're not feeling well, apparently the berry works amazingly on stuff like that. You just pretty much pop a berry and you are taken care of, like, officially. So I mean, there's a lot more effects to it than just the the flavor changing. Yeah, no, in the 70s actually there was a company whose name I completely don't remember because it was so long ago that was actually based on, they were trying to pimp the like a miracle fruit extract, the food additive. And they had gone to the FDA to get approval, and everything was going swimmingly. Particularly when you think about it, because once again, like the miracle fruit doing what it does would be a huge boon to diabetics. And they were, in kind of the final round of testing with the FDA, at which point the artificial sweetener lobby and the sugar lobby kind of like joined forces for a minute and pushed the FDA to require more testing of the long-term effects of miracle fruit, which is kind of, weird when you think of the fact that they've been eating it and using it kind of openly in Japan for well over like 60 years, so much so that they actually have miracle fruit like restaurants there. But yeah, so yeah, they pushed here for more testing of long-term effects. The company was a startup that was doing the miracle fruit extract. They didn't have the money to follow through for like, another 20 years before they can actually start selling their only product. Company folded, miracle fruit extract never got approved as a food additive. The berry itself, like I said, it's once it's picked, it loses, it's pretty much, its shelf life is maybe like 3-4 days max. And in the US, there's very, very few people that grow it in, any kind of quantities. So yeah, that kind of just killed the miracle fruit thing for everybody. The fresh miracle fruits will have the strongest effect of any kind of miracle fruit stuffs. The preserved ones are usually significantly less strong, and the extract is the weakest by far. Like basically, like you'd have to eat like about 5 or 6 berries worth of extract in order to get the effect that you get out of one fresh berry. The adventure brunch clubs, which those events are basically, it's kind of, I guess you'd call it guerrilla dining in public spaces. It's like a flash dinner or brunch, if you will, in a public space. Just to give you an idea of it, like there's the Williamsburg Bridge pedestrian walkway. We took that over once, and it's a classy affair. Like we had a long 12-person table with like table linens and actual silverware and china, glasses, wine, and just 2 hours. We set up, people come out, sit down, eat, enjoy the bizarre view, and then pack up and leave. So we've done it, like I said, on the Williamsburg Bridge. We've done it in the middle of Park Avenue, in the bandshell down on the Lower East Side. There's a huge kind of abandoned bandshell in a park. So it's just, it's about, I guess, changing the framework of what people think of as, a restaurant and dining, and kind of using public spaces, actually actively using them rather than just passing through them, which is, what I think most people do with public spaces, except like the ones that have already been set aside for a specific purpose. But I kind of see, even with the Street Wars water gun assassination games, I see like the entire city is like a huge playground. And, I think it's up to people to kind of start realizing that as adults, there's no reason why we can't play in this playground. I think the way things are going, and this is me thinking forward, I think, as to where this is leading, is restaurants, dining experiences that people are used to. They haven't changed much in a very, very, very long time. Like when you go to a restaurant, you sit down, you eat, there's a table, there's chairs, it's a well-defined space. And the food changes, obviously, but the kind of framework in which you eat the food never really changes. The decor may change, but the actual foundations of it all remain the same. And I think that as people become more, kind of aware and, experienced with dining, like, I think that gets boring. I think that's part of the reason why, like, a lot of these, like, illegal restaurants are starting to gain in popularity. But once again, even illegal restaurants, now you're dining in someone's house or a loft, but it's still a very well-defined, like, restaurant-esque space. There's something more than that, and that's kind of, I think, what I'm trying to get at with the flavor tripping parties, with the Adventure Brunch Club and stuff, is this kind of like next level of dining, of experience. It's because when you get right down to it, I mean, like food, eating, the whole nine. I think food in some ways is art. It's also entertainment. And you're not always going to watch an action movie. Sometimes you want. Not me personally, but some people may want a romantic comedy. For me, I'm Italian. I grew up in a Italian family. Used to go back to Italy all the time. Eating there was a huge experience. It wasn't just you sit down at a table, have a meal, and then leave. It's like a 3-hour meal, like 5 million courses. People are coming in and out all the time, and it's like a huge social event. And you kind of bond with people that you never would have expected to during those times. And that's kind of what I'd like to bring, that's where I see my thing going. I found a joint down in Louisiana that ships live Louisiana crawfish. So like, it's nice out, I want to have a crawfish boil, like a huge crawfish boil with live crawfish that I get straight from Louisiana. It's going to be awesome. And there's going to be tons of people, and there's going to be lots of eating and drinking and having fun and socializing, which is what a meal should be about. It shouldn't be about like being all, you know, hoity-toity, drinking your drinks with your pinky up.
Champagne for some reason tastes like shit. So it's like sweet water, so it doesn't taste like anything, which is good. And that's our point of view about it. Cheese though, which I love cheese, blue cheese is still the same.
Strawberries, which are normally already very good, became even better. They were just super sweet like candy, but lemons was the most shocking for me in terms of just like overall just positive, just really tasty.
We already went there. Would you like just to bring out our little airline bottles again? Just to see. It was the whole experiment.
The taste.
The tonic water actually made the nicer difference though. I wasn't really impressed with how the little airline bottles were.
So it's really interesting.
Adventurous spirit.
Yep, that's right. And I thought it would change my taste buds permanently, but apparently it's only for an hour.
Would you have wanted it to change your taste buds permanently?
Well, not permanently, but maybe for a month, because maybe I'd, you know, that'd help me go on a diet, like just eat grapefruit.
The grapefruit diet, for sure.
Yeah.